Aloha, everybody out there. This is Miho from Too Close to Call.
I'm Pags.
He's joining us again here tonight, and this is our all of the above.
All the above
Podcast.
I love it.
As in you're taking a test, A, B, C, D, E, all of the above.
What's the E stand for?
The E stands for entertainment.
Love it.
Because in this podcast, we're going to talk about whatever the hell we want to talk about.
This is whatever's going on in our minds. This shit's coming out of our mouths.
This is our BS segment come to life in its own podcast.
I love it.
How about right off the bat, Pags, we'll jump into our man who we've touched on last week, Mr. James Holzhauer.
Killing it.
He is the contestant on Jeopardy who has stretched his winnings to over $1 million now.
He has gotten to the point in Jeopardy where people are pissed that he's still in it.
Well, if you watch out there, because we DVR'd in this house, so we've seen most of them, he plays backwards. He goes right to the thousands and goes up because he knows the daily doubles are in the 800, 600, or thousands categories.
Right.
So he always hits those because literally one game he played a perfect game, was 22 of 22, didn't miss one, and he made over 100,000, and it was his new record again. I think it was like 111 or something like that.
That is unbelievable. And he has to be quick with the finger trigger.
Well, I don't know how that timing works exactly. You would think the other people are buzzing in, but he does it so damn much, and he doesn't miss. That's the problem.
Right.
He missed a couple times the last couple days, which is why he's only won like 70 grand. He's been slowing down. So, well, he's had 14 days and over $1 million, which I did the math. It's just over 75 grand a game, dude. The reason he's fucking with Jeopardy is because he bets the maximum every time because as a professional gambler, he's used to betting 20, 25 grand on things. So people in Jeopardy, dude, you totally watch and they'll have like 10 grand. The next person will have 6 or 5.
Right.
And they'll be like, maybe like 4,000. That way I'm still tied for first, even if I get it wrong. And every time this dude is like 9,812. And then he'll have like 22,000. The next people will have like 5. And it's like, oh, the smart thing would be like 14. He'll be like, 21, Alex. Because he knows he's just going to keep fucking getting answers and he's going to win regardless.
Right.
So it's just a matter of if he wins by a little or a lot. And literally the last question, he's so far ahead, he bets up to the maximum where he could lose. And it's like 40 grand each time.
Yeah.
So he goes from like 50 to like 75 and bets 25 grand because the next guy's at like 14.
Now, is there a limit to where Jeopardy's like, we're just going to give you some money to go
I don't
away?
think so. I don't
know.
Greg Jennings, there's not a day limit on it. Greg Jennings won over a couple $1 million, I'm pretty sure, and he was on for a handful of months.
Yeah.
But he averaged like 35,000 a game.
This
guy's doubling
going for that record.
Going for it. And you're starting to read articles that Jeopardy wasn't built for a guy like James Holzhauer to come in and run the show and sling 40 grand on fucking $400 question daily doubles where he's like, oh, this is cake.
How big is that bank account at Jeopardy where they're like, all right, this guy's starting to bleed us dry.
We're going to need new sponsors.
Yeah, somebody. We're paying Trebek. We're paying this Holzhauer guy, and it's getting fucking crazy.
It's getting crazy, man. But this week as well, it is April 24th. This past Sunday was Easter, and Monday
was Earth Day.
Monday was Earth Day out there.
And our boy, the bell ringer of Game 5 last night, put out a banger. He puts out fucking everybody that's hot right now on this track.
Well, it's funny because Lil Dickey is known for his kind of gag videos.
Yes.
So when I read the article, what was it? The one with Chris Brown where he switches?
Yeah.
Freaky Friday.
Freaky Friday.
So I'm thinking to myself, okay, he's rapping about something serious here. Are we going to get like serious Lil Dickey? And reading articles, we absolutely did not.
Yeah.
So he went out and got a ton of artists. However, the things they sing, and he was like, well, what do you think's going to get more conversation made? Justin Bieber coming on and rapping about how the Earth's falling apart a little bit and we have to do something? Or Justin Bieber rapping about a monkey's anus?
Yes.
Which one do you think people are going to laugh at more? So he's like, I'm a baboon with a big anus. Yeah. And you're just like, what is happening in this video?
It's catchy as hell. I can't get it out of my head. My sister on Easter was like, you got to watch it and text me as soon as you watch it. No, wait. Record yourself watching the video and send me a recording of you watching it. She's like, she was so excited about it, and it lived up to it because it was freaking awesome.
So who else is in it here? I think you have the list in front of you of like the total amount of names.
Yeah, so we got Biebs as the baboon, Ariana Grande. They're the two reoccurring ones in it. You got Halsey, Zach Brown, the lead singer of Panic at the Disco, Wiz Khalifa, Snoop, Kevin Hart as Kanye West.
Yeah, did you hear about that backstory?
Yeah, a little bit. They said they couldn't get Kanye in time.
So if you didn't hear about it out there, essentially he was working hard to get Kanye to appear as himself, but apparently Kanye is a busy man and he has some things going on.
No, he does.
I don't know, his like wife does something too, and there's like things like that and kids or something. But Earth Day, obviously having a set finish date that they need to complete this by, they couldn't get together in time, so I guess he just reached out to another Philly guy who he has a relationship and was like, dude, I need you. Couldn't get Kanye. And Kevin Hart was like, yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And they just filled it in last minute.
So you got Adam Levine, Shawn Mendes, Charlie Puth, Sia, Miley Cyrus, Lil Jon with an hilarious take as a clam.
What?
I'm a fucking clam. Rita Ora, Miguel, Katy Perry, Lil Yachty, Ed Sheeran, Meghan Trainor, Joel Embiid, which is awesome.
What the hell's Joel Embiid doing in
He's
this?
singing about Africa.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I like that. That makes sense.
The rains down in Africa.
That's not what he's singing,
no,
is it?
He doesn't.
Okay,
He's like, Africa, we love you.
The first one would be way better.
So then you got John Legend singing background. Psy, Gangnam Style.
He's in it?
He's singing background
No
music.
way. I didn't know that.
Backstreet Boys as the credits. And the biggest pool of all, Leo DiCaprio as himself.
Well, Leo is heavy earth. If you've seen those
Yes.
YouTube clips, he's given like multiple long talks about what the fuck's going on out there. And that was another thing Lil Dickey said on Ellen the one day was he met with Leo to talk about it, and he was like genuinely surprised / taken back about how passionate Leo is with this. He was like, dude, this is fucking Leo DiCaprio. Like, he's the top dude ever. I'm going in there and being like, oh, I'm Lil Dickey, Earth Day. And Leo was like, yes, let's go. All about it. All in. Like, no problem.
It's a good song. It's catchy. I can't get it out of my head. We love the earth.
It is our planet.
And the music video is brilliant because it's everybody as a certain creature and it's all animation.
It's
great.
nonsense. You think they're going to rap about some stuff, but he hits it with the real shit enough to where you're like, oh, okay, gotcha. Check it out. It's definitely the hot video out there on
Absolutely.
YouTube. But, Pags, what I wanted to ask you about, since this is our random bullshit segment we can get into, I know I texted it to you. You may or may not have watched it, but about a month ago now, in March, it came out on YouTube, World Star, a kid by the name of Adam Archon, who apparently is a time traveler from the year 2045.
Okay. When was he born?
He was born this year, apparently. You find that out in this video. So, did you watch the full video?
I've seen bits and pieces.
Okay, so we're going to play a game here, right?
Okay.
Like, we're not going to have the conversation of if you believe it or not, regardless. So I may believe some, not others, because they ask him, they put him up to a lie detector test.
Right.
And essentially ask him any question anybody would want to know from a time traveler, and it says that he passes this lie detector test. So I know you can do that as a random human,
Right.
and you've seen those TV shows, and it's something you can trick. So we'll just say he's telling the truth here, and I'm going to ask you a couple of questions based on some scenarios he put out there.
This is going to be interesting.
We're going to bounce around a little bit,
Okay.
right? So we'll keep it light, first of all. And he says, and we're flirting with it a little bit now with like cloning and bringing things back to life, but
Right.
there are dinosaurs in 2045, and essentially like I'm envisioning Jurassic Park being a real thing and something you can visit, such as the Philadelphia Zoo. My question is, you're 30 years old right now in this life we're living. Would you take the wife and kid to go see some dinosaurs?
Absolutely not.
No?
Fuck no. We grew up with Jurassic Park, Jurassic World.
Oh,
Jurassic
so now you
World.
believe horror movies? You can't go
Fuck
anywhere?
no, dude.
Can't do
Those
that. I saw a
things,
movie one
There's
time.
no fucking way you could control those massive things. Fuck no. I'm not taking them. I'm not getting eaten by a velociraptor.
You don't think it'd be amazing to go fucking check out some dinosaurs?
No doubt. I would freaking love it, but no, I'm not risking it.
Not doing it?
Not risking
All
it. Would
right.
you?
I would. Bridge and the kid, no shot, but I would totally go.
I'm going with an assault rifle.
Fuck
if it is.
it. No, I don't know if that's allowed. They didn't ask that.
Yeah, is that allowed in 24?
They didn't ask that. So a couple other kind of funny things. We'll hit you with one more. We'll filter in some of the seriousness as well. But next is that apparently simulations are going to be a thing, such as if you watch like the TV show Orville, or X-Men. There's like an area you can walk into that essentially turns into whatever you want it to be, and you can like experience a time, or you can go out to lunch in New Orleans.
It's like Westworld, the show on
exactly.
HBO.
Except for you walk into
Got
a
it.
place. You don't like turn into another being type of thing. And what would you do in that simulation? Like, I personally, I would fucking totally roll in and be Nick Foles in the Super Bowl in the fourth quarter and try to fucking go down and win it.
You can do anything.
Anything you want. It doesn't matter.
Well,
you could fucking
take the sports out of it, because I would do a lot of things with sports. I would like to go to the Roman Empire and see those fucking crazy ass motherfuckers in the Coliseum when that shit was fucking
So
real.
Here's the deal, right? Like,
Can I die?
Apparently not in the simulation. That's
Okay.
the word, or at least what he said.
I would want to be a fighter in the Coliseum and just fucking
go be Spartacus,
some fucking people's heads off.
I don't know exactly how
Or
that
go
would
like
work.
be one of the 300 guys and try to fend off the Persians and be like, game over.
Right. Like in X-Men, how they train
Right.
essentially for battle.
Yeah.
Like you would do something similar to that.
Like when Wolverine jumps up and rips off the head of the thing.
And you're like, oh, that's awesome. Oh, it didn't actually happen.
yeah, that would be tight.
Yeah, dude. Definitely do all the sports things for sure.
Oh, the sports things would be by far the best thing.
Right?
But,
It'd be sweet.
I think it would just be cool to go back and see culture back in the day when shit was wild.
Oh, my God. And the two realistic things. So first of all, he says time travel. They release it to the public in 2028. And apparently 2028 is when shit hits the fan.
Okay.
Because that's when time travel's released. However, it was invented in 1981.
Oh,
Which is why
keeping it under
when you go
wraps.
to YouTube, you can see the time travelers and the people who look like they're wearing articles of clothing from today, way back when. So
Right.
they're already doing that. That's what happened. But the big news, aliens are here, 2028. Now, we've known for a while, again, the government, and we've all seen these stories here today. And I have a story for you. I told you in the past, but I don't know if you remember. Do you remember my story about Area 51 and the aliens that crashed there apparently back, I think it was in the 40s or 50s?
No, I don't.
I like it. So, college buddy of mine, his name was, I think it was Jaron Walker. He was a running back from Las Vegas, and basically we called him Vegas. So he's over at my crib one time. It's just me and him chilling in the living room. We're getting after it, having some fun, playing some video games. And he's like, dude, did I ever tell you about my party in Vegas? I was like, no. So it was him, his old man, like his uncle, some of their friends, some of his friends, basically rolling down the strip. And one of his dad's friends gets drunk as shit, like pretty much blacked out, hammered, and reveals to him that he has worked at Area 51.
Okay.
And there are 3 aliens who crashed in that crash. It actually happened. One of them died on impact. One of them died from injuries from the crash. And the third one was alive for a number of years and helped them invent the technology of like the stealth bomber and some of these military weapons and things like that. And you can find very similar conspiracies online. So I don't know if he's just reading something back, but this was a kid who I didn't know. Like, we weren't best friends, but he was also not at the point where, like, why would he just randomly bullshit me in the living room? And I'm like, damn, dude, that's fucked up. So this was over,
I trust him a little more now.
over a winter break. And that's where I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And he's like, yeah, man, I don't know. He was hammered, spilling, but like he was literally too drunk to the point where it's like you couldn't put these details together on the spot. Like you were just in that Barney Stinson drunkenness of before the wedding,
the truth.
where he's telling the truth type of thing. And I was like, holy fuck. So, but besides the aliens and all that, apparently in 2030, all countries become like one super nation, and there's districts, and the 7 districts are what the continents used to be. And then all of like North America is a state within the district, or no, USA is a state within the North America. So then you got Canada and Mexico as like different states.
So are there different tiers of wealth and stuff? Like this sounds like fucking Hunger Games.
No, so that's the thing. There's one single currency across the entire world.
Okay.
Everybody is like one government across the entire world that runs together, and you have a little chip in your hand apparently that works as like currency, and you scan it, and that's how you do it. And there's no cash, there's no money.
So this is our 40s. We're gonna be in our 40s at this point.
Apparently, man, 2030. So yeah, that shit's coming in fucking 10 years. 9 years.
See.
9 years the aliens show up, dude. Unbelievable. But what would you think about that? I mean, having one kind of governing board as opposed to like U.S. and everybody gets together and is finally on one page. Like,
Yeah,
isn't that the
that
goal?
ain't happening.
Isn't that the goal? Like peace above.
I
And-
would love that, but there's no fucking way that's
well,
happening.
if aliens show up in 2028, you don't think everybody's gonna have to fucking get
Well,
together
that's true.
like they do in the movies and say, "Hey, we got a greater fucking issue here potentially."
Well, I'm a skeptical person, so
I like
I'm not
it.
fucking buying any of this
Well,
shit.
the last president we're gonna have is Martin Luther King's granddaughter, niece, or nephew, or something like that, and she's the last U.S. one right before all this shit happens in
Okay.
like 10 years. So
Okay.
keep an eye out for her.
Yeah.
If she starts running for president, it's like,
You're like,
fuck,
oh, shit.
we
Is this
better
guy
not.
fucking right?
Oh man! And then the last one, a funny one to end on here, but is underwater cities. He says
like
basically
Atlantis.
like Atlantis. So Aquaman, if you saw that.
Okay.
That's one thing. I would go see dinosaurs, but I ain't fucking going underwater.
Fuck no.
So I don't know, dude. You have those submarines and shit now. People living
I would
under
never
there
go on a submarine.
for time to time.
Fuck
like,
that. Would you go on a submarine?
I don't know. I'm just saying, dude. It'd be pretty fucking
Wait,
dope.
The guy that is terrified of drowning
Oh, I'm
is
not
gonna go
going.
in a little coffin down.
That's what I said. I'm not going, but how dope would it be to be like in the ocean in like a town?
Yeah, that would be cool. But
Like
I'm
fucking
not
Star
getting
Wars,
there.
dude. Your Star Wars people have towns under there. Jar Jar
Yeah.
Binks took us underwater
Yeah.
to check shit out.
Ugh. I'd have to see where I'm at in my life at that point to see if I'm going under fucking water.
Pags is like, yeah, we got all this cool shit, but I'm just gonna chill at home.
I'm just gonna keep
We're
doing
good.
the normal.
I'm gonna live in my house
Go
and do
play
normal
Topgolf.
But yeah, check out the YouTube video. Let us know what you guys think out there. That's the crazy bullshit conspiracy stuff that I like to get into from time to time.
All right, I like it. We'll see if this guy's right. Well, I'm skeptical about all of it.
But anyway, this was our all of the above
All the above.
episode series.
Segment. Series.
All right. But Miho, Too Close to Call Cast, follow us out there on all your social medias. We appreciate it.
Later, people.